Hey guys, it's Tommy. Welcome to my advanced movement tutorial. This is going to be going over some of the more advanced like movement techniques, like bunny hopping, wall kicking, end boosting, edge boosting, strafing, all that stuff. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy, and hopefully this helps. I think it would help me in the past learn some new tricks. So. That's pretty good. So, let's get into it. So the first thing, controls. You're gonna need to change from default controls. I recommend Evolved or Ninja. I would use Ninja if you have a high sense and you're using Kraber or something. And I would recommend Evolved if you have a lower sense because you have to hold the aim stick down to crouch. And with a high sense, that can be hard to control. So, after you choose your preferred loadout, just get used to it. So start running around, do what you normally would do, and get used to those controls. Then, you're going to want to turn up your FOV to either 100 or 110. I use 110. 100 works as well. This actually makes you feel like you're going faster as well. It's good for speed. Next, b-hopping.
Okay, I just wanted to say, for the next like 30 seconds, I was very dumb, and while I'm explaining slide hopping, I call it bee hopping, which is weird, because they are different, and I'll explain bee hopping later in the video, but just use your imagination and pretend I'm saying slide hopping. Okay, back to the video.
Now, the first thing to learn b-hopping is to do it by standing still. Now this is what it looks like. So you can see there, that's a b-hop. That's what it looks like. You see it in quite a lot of high advanced like gameplay, advanced gamer moves. But do it while standing still. So all you do is change your crouch button to hold to crouch. That is what you got to do first. And basically what this means is when crouch is held and you jump, it won't uncrouch. So with toggle, when you jump, it uncrouches. But with hold to crouch, it doesn't. So, once you got that down, simply hold the crouch button. And when you're bunny hopping, completely forget about the crouch button. You want to keep that held for as long as you're bunny hopping. So forget about that, keep it held, and then jump, and as soon as you hit the ground, jump again. And just keep doing that. And you'll sort of get this up and down bunny hopping motion. And then all you do is that exact same controller movement, but you do it whilst moving. And it looks something like this. So you can see, there we go. That's a bunny hop. And you probably will be able to learn this in a couple of hours if you just practice it enough. It's not too difficult. The timing is quite lenient with the slide. So, moving on to the next most important thing, which is wall kicks. Wall kicks are basically when you jump off a wall as soon as you touch it. Within about 5 frames, it will give you a speed boost. And the speed boost is actually quite big, so I recommend learning wall kicks. Timing. So, basically all you gotta do is practice this a ton. It comes with time. There's not too many little tricks you can learn to learn wall kicks faster. You just gotta practice it a ton, and it pays off, because you learn the timing, then you can go very big zoom. Very big zoom. So you can see what it looks like here. You can sort of use when the camera tilts as a little timing indicator for when you wall kick. But if you're hearing the double jump sound before you hit the wall, you're jumping too early, so jump a little bit later. Then we move on to b-hopping. B-hopping is basically like slide hopping, except you're not sliding. you're just standing. It's like traditional sort of what's the game called? PUBG? I don't even know. I don't think it's PUBG. Anyway, it's like traditional bee hopping, where you're just standing up and you do a slide and you jump as soon as you hit the ground. This is not as useful as the other movement tech, but it can come in handy to turn sharper corners and to get more height. So that's basically all it is, and the timing is a bit harder with bee hopping. You have to time it very well to get a good bee hop. Edge boosting. Edge boosting is when you're running on a wall and you reach the very end of a wall, which has a sharp edge, and right as the game is pushing you off the end of that wall, you jump, and the combined force of the game pushing you and the jump gives you a speed boost. Now, if you're messing up edge boosting, then you need to jump a little bit later. Is my usual tip, because it usually gives you the boost if you jump a bit later. So try jumping a little bit later, and that should help. This can be pretty useful in speedrunning campaign runs, and just also in multiplayer. It's quite a good piece of tech. End boosting. End boosting is similar to edge boosting in a way that the game is pushing you off of a wall, and you use that to jump at the same time and give a combined speed boost, except this is when you're on the wall for a certain amount of time, and after that amount of time the game pushes you off. So you see here, and that same pushing off motion can be enhanced. Jump at the same time and you get an end boost, which is similar to a wall kick. It gives you the similar amounts of speed. So this is one is quite easy to learn. It's quite easy to time, because you can see when the wall's about to push you off, and you can also hear. You can hear a little audio cue. Listen. So you can hear that. That also helps. But yeah, that is end boosting and edge boosting. Now the next thing is strafe patterns, and these are very... Oh my god, I just stepped on my guitar. Ignore that. Now, strafe patterns are probably the second most useful thing ever. You really need to learn them. And with bee hopping, the most useful strafe pattern is the left-right, sort of S-shape strafe pattern. I'll just call it an S-strafe. And it's when every time you you slide hop, you move left and right on the stick. Because when you're slide hopping, you never, ever want to hold forward. Okay? Never hold forward. You always have to hold left and right, because holding forward slows you down, which is very hard to grasp, but eventually you will get it. And every time you hit the ground, as well as jumping, you want to change the direction of your strafe from left to right. So when you land, you jump, you strafe left, then as soon as you hit the ground again, strafe right. And you have to turn both your sticks to do this. You have to look left, look right, as well as move left and move right. It's quite tough to understand, but if you keep practicing it, you'll get it, and you'll start flying, because strafing gives you a ton of speed, as well as keeping your speed with the bee hopping. So you can just get really, really fast, and that's very useful. Another strafe pattern to think about is after doing a wall kick. After doing a wall kick, the strafe pattern that you want is to strafe back towards the wall that you kicked off. So if you wall kick off a wall on your left, you want to strafe back to the left, even if you want to wall kick off another wall on the right. Because wall kicking all requires your angle of your camera and also the angle that you are flying at the wall at. So if you're flying like 45 degrees at a wall, and you try and do a wall kick, you're most likely not going to get one. You need to be at quite an acute angle. It's fancy words. Quite an acute angle towards the wall to actually get a good wall kick. And then you want to strafe back towards that wall and do a double jump if you want, and then strafe towards the wall that you want to wall kick off next. And chaining all these together is easier said than done, but it makes you a speed demon. You can keep all your speed, you can gain speed without using any frags or anything through strafing. You can get to areas that you never thought were possible. So, good luck out there, and stay fast. And I hope you enjoyed. I don't want to make this 10 minutes, but this was quite brief. But good luck. See you on the frontier.